Over on TikTok, a man named Seth A. Burden, also known by his username Seth of 7 Year Witch, posted a video to his account on July 17th, 2023, in which he explains that he bought a guitar at a garage sale a couple of weeks beforehand from an old lady. So far so good, right? Well, Seth says that every single time he picks it up or strums it, extremely weird things happen. He then goes over to the instrument to demonstrate. Watch this.
It's some Lotus, like very 80s looking guitar, and every time I strum, like that, shit like that happens every time I mess with this thing. Shit like that.
As you can see, the moment he strums the guitar, the lights in the room flicker. He then strums it again a couple of seconds later, and once again, the lights can be seen flickering for no apparent reason. This time though, in addition to the lights, a cup can be seen getting knocked over on Seth's table out of nowhere, much to his confusion. Sadly, it doesn't seem as though there were ever any update videos posted to Seth's account, with lots of people in the comments of this video clamoring for updates, and wanting to know what happened after this video ended. Sadly, we'll probably never know the full story, but next time you find yourself wanting to pick up an instrument from a garage sale, be sure to keep this creepy video in mind. This next piece of footage we'll be having a look at feels like some kind of scene that would be ripped straight out of a brand new found footage horror movie. The footage in question was uploaded to Reddit in the High Strangeness subreddit, and shows the cameraman filming a house and the massive tree behind it in the dead of night. Right away, it's very noticeable just how eerily quiet it is on this street where the uploader is filming, already setting the stage for creepiness. Then, in just a matter of seconds, things get even more unsettling. Watch this.
This is the second time I've come over here, and the first time when I got up under them trying to figure out what it was, they started breaking limbs off and throwing them at me, and I still cannot figure out what it is. Look, they're ruining this freaking place. Look, that's bigger than me. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. What in Jesus' name is doing this? Oh my God, he just took half the tree down. Something, oh my God, oh my God. Oh, it's gotta be a, I don't even think a bear would have a chance in Hades and it doing this. It's something stronger than a bear. I think I'm gonna bounce because I think he just hit the ground, which means he's about to face me on foot. And I don't really want to wrestle with somebody that can tear trees down.
The trees begin to shake and sway, with breaking branches being heard as well. The uploader then talks to the camera, saying that whoever or whatever is in the tree has been continuously breaking branches off and throwing them at him, with him also theorizing that the entity is much bigger than he is. Eventually, the guy notices that the entity is on the ground and decides it would be best to get out of the area as soon as possible, before things could get even worse, which was certainly a wise idea. It shows her simply going about her day when something absolutely terrifying happens out of nowhere.
C'est vraiment fatigant là. Je vais appeler maman. Olivier? Oli? Olivier? Oli? Oli? C'est vraiment pas drôle là. Je vais appeler maman. Maman?
As you can see, a whole series of bizarre things start to happen inside of Denise's kitchen, as you can only watch there in complete horror, breathing very heavily as she is completely in shock. It almost seems as if whatever spirit is inside of her kitchen is very mad and vicious, throwing things around, almost as if it's enjoying scaring her this much. It's a highly unsettling video to say the least. Unfortunately, this was the only video that Denise ever posted to YouTube, and seeing as how it's nearly 10 years old at this point with no update, it's unlikely that we ever will get one. So what do you guys think happened here? Do you think Denise's kitchen was really haunted? Was this some kind of a hoax? Let me know what you think in the comments. A lot of people watch the morning news when they wake up to see what's going on in the world. Usually you'll see topics relating to current events, weather, politics and more. But you almost never expect to turn on your TV in the morning and see something potentially otherworldly on the news, known as wavy alien, and show someone recording their television screen, which is on a morning news channel. The news reporters are talking about Israel, but there's something completely baffling happening at the same time, which none of the news team reports on. Something that happens so quickly that if you're not paying close attention, you might not even notice. Have a look.
Of the incoming projectiles were intercepted.
What the f*** is this shit? Look at that. Look at that.
Of the incoming projectiles were intercepted.
What the f*** is this shit? Look at that. Look at that.
Of the incoming projectiles were intercepted.
What the f*** is this shit? Look at that. Look at that.
Of the incoming.
This next video comes to us from a YouTuber known as MK, who posted the unsettling footage to his channel on January 9th, 2024. In the description, he also provides us a lengthy paragraph of context to help us better understand what was going on here. It reads as follows. Quote, I was sitting in bed with my laptop playing bingo while the TV played in the background. Suddenly, I heard a disturbing noise through my open bedroom window. I immediately muted everything, but after a moment of silence, I didn't hear anything unusual. So I turned everything back on and continued what I was doing. Then I heard it again. This time I got up and went to my window. Outside, I could hear an owl, but then another sound sent chills down my spine. It was what sounded like a disembodied horse neighing close to my house. I quickly turned off the TV to listen more carefully and grabbed my cell phone to record the eerie sound. As I recorded, I realized the neighing was coming from inside our barn. That's when the chills intensified, because we don't own horses. End quote. The uploader further recounts their eerie experience in the old farmhouse they live in, which is stood for over a barn. That's when the chills intensified, because we don't own horses. End quote. The uploader further recounts their eerie experience in the old farmhouse they live in, which has stood for over a century and was once a horse farm. Located deep in the countryside, the house is isolated, with a long driveway and distant neighbors surrounded by farmland. The family's lived there for over 7 years and has frequently encountered paranormal activity, though they had never captured it on video until now. While recording strange horse-like sounds from the barn, they saw a ghostly translucent figure pacing along the driveway. It moved around before disappearing near the barn. Adding to the unsettling moment, a mysterious bright light appeared above the trees, making the experience feel completely surreal. As you can see in the footage, if you look just closely enough, what could almost look like a white figure of a horse's head is shown walking around. Despite this video being uploaded well over a year ago at this point, we sadly don't have any updates from MK on what happened next. As a matter of fact, this was the first and only video that they ever uploaded to their channel, so this mystery may be one that never gets solved. While recording strange horse-like sounds from the barn, they saw a ghostly translucent figure pacing along the driveway. It moved around before disappearing near the barn. Adding to the unsettling moment, a mysterious bright light appeared above the trees, making the experience feel completely surreal. As you can see in the footage, if you look just closely enough, what could almost look like a white figure of a horse's head is shown walking around. Despite this video being uploaded well over a year ago at this point, we sadly don't have any updates from MK on what happened next. As a matter of fact, this was the first and only video that they ever uploaded to their channel, so this mystery may be one that never gets solved.
Next up, Twitch streamer CrispyMate is streaming live late one night from his home in North Carolina when something happens that shocks him to his core.
Better? I thought so. Okay, well, I mean, obviously it's running less at the moment, so it's gonna be better. Might.
Bro, I just got struck by lightning. I'm gonna stop stream. Oh my god, dude.
Out of nowhere, a bolt of lightning strikes his house and travels straight through his computer and earbuds. He gets hit midstream, jolted by a shock right to the noggin. He says it hurt, but luckily the lightning only gave him a light shock and no serious injury.
Jag toy and just pull it, and you get that little zap. I got both the sensations, then all my vision went white, and then I bolted.
WRAL meteorologist Amy Wilmeth says lightning can travel through pipes and electrical wires.
You don't want to be attached to any kind of device that's attached to a light socket or an electrical socket. Headphones connected to a device that's plugged into a wall, that's certainly a danger in an electrical storm.
So, new fear unlocked. Getting struck by lightning while relaxing at home playing video games.
About this video is the fact that his daughter often plays here alone, and something else. As of recent, he and his family have been keeping their distance from this room, and it has to do with a video recording that Steven took of their bedroom door. According to Steven, he was alone in his room when he saw the door moving on its own. In stuttering movements, the door opens and halts by itself before suddenly closing shut. But just before it closes, the lights go out. Now what makes this really unsettling is that we don't just hear the lights going off, but eerily we see it too. It's the sudden flip of the switch followed by the closing door that makes Steven think this wasn't some random incident caused by a draft or anything like that, but rather by something else. If no one by the doorway had flipped the switch, then what did?